Fuck that, dude.
Good to see that there is some semblance of normalcy out there. Even SlopTube are now tired of Ethan. What is this? Chud is officially breaking the Ethan Hassan shackles. I mean, this guy's like not exactly a great dude himself either, isn't he? I mean, I'm not too familiar. I feel like a lot of these guys basically merge into one unit for me. So, not exactly a good time to be a defender of Israel. I guess the only guy they can get is like, the only guy that has like somewhat of a platform is people who are pro-Israel don't even want to entertain what he's saying or promote him because he keeps saying in an effort to defend his position that Israel might be doing a genocide. And that's a bridge too far for everyone that wants to defend Israel. So even though he attacks all of Israel's, all of the people who are critical of Israel, he still takes this like both sides position, even though he hyper focuses on the Palestinian side. He still says like, yeah, I don't really like settlers. They're valid military targets. It's a genocide when my wife is not around. It's just a war when she is around. Because of that position, like even the Hen Mazigs of the world can't necessarily like actively defend him with regular frequency. So that's it. That's the best you're going to get out of people. Just like someone who has been on an extended crash out for the last 19 months. And Rudolph Giuliani and I guess John Fetterman, whose brain literally leaked out of his ear. Did you ever think in your life that Rudy Giuliani would be talking shit about you on a live stream? Yes. This is Seth Rogan. I mean, this is a very famous conversation back and forth between Seth Rogan and Mark Maron about like Israel. It's
Jewish person in America.
It's awesome.
They're probably here because someone tried to their grandparents not that long ago, and we should be in Eastern Europe. And it would be nice to live somewhere that was not a part of the Christian apocalyptic.
I mean, this is also way before October 7th. This is like years ago. Seth Rogan talking about like how he realized that maybe it's not. Hold on.
Prophecy is also probably a good idea. It's like maybe settle somewhere that the Christians don't think you all have to die in order for the
and then they want us all to go there. They need a certain number.
They need us to go there so we can die. So the apocalypse.
But Christians they need us for their ridiculous vision. And
exactly.
They're not
like our ridiculous visions are temporarily parallel.
Would you ever go live in Israel?
No, it would be. To me, it just seems very like an antiquated thought process. Like if it is for religious reasons, I don't agree with it because I think religion is silly. If it is for truly the preservation of Jewish people, it makes no sense because, again, you don't keep something you're trying to preserve all in one place, especially when that place has proven to be
volatile,
pretty volatile. And I also think that as a Jewish person, like I was fed a huge amount of lies about Israel my entire life. They never tell you that. Oh, by the way, there were people there. They make it seem like it was just like they're sitting there. The doors open.
Hours for the taking.
Like it literally, they forget to include the fact to every young Jewish person, basically, like, oh, by the way, there were people there.
Well, they just want to make sure that you are frightened of your own survival to the point where when you get old enough, you will make sure that that money goes to Israel and that trees are planted and that you always speak highly of Israel and Israel must survive no matter what.
I think like for Jewish people, especially who are who view themselves as progressive and who view themselves as analytical and who view themselves as people who ask a lot of questions and really challenge the status quo, like, what are we doing?
Well, there's a thing. I mean, I get frightened to talk about it.
I know.
You have to log in the Fossabot. The commands are broken. Do I? Oh, because of the ban. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. This is, yes, please log in. Hold on. I will. 1 second, chat. Jesus Christ. All of you are, it's Seth Rogen is the man. He's awesome. He's amazing. He's always had incredible takes on this. All right. I logged in. It should work now. But the reason why I brought that up is because there is a guy. Wait, what is this? What does my tweet have to do with Hassan? This dude's got his so far down his throat. What is happening? After a lot of thought and research, I've terminated my contract with Gamer Subs. I don't want to move forward with companies that are partnered with Ethan Klein. I know it's difficult these days to find brands that don't have problematic entanglements, but it is what it is. This woman is a Twitch streamer. Ma'am, may I suggest starting with Amazon? They're at the top of the BDS list, but oh, that might have actually required you to sacrifice something. Never mind. I heard Hassan is actually considering going to Gaza. Let me just virtual signal about Ethan Klein, the biggest threat to Palestinian liberation and the easiest way to farm cloud online. We honor your bravery. Praying for your daddy that Hassan noticed this. You can share an ice cold Dr. Pepper together, owned by Zionists, on BDS list, drank daily by Hassan. What? Yeah, that's it. You could take that. Yeah. And then she says, what does my tweet have to do with Hassan? This dude's got his so far down his throat that any kind of negative feedback has to be linked to Hassan. Bro, why does no one... Dr. Pepper, yeah, first of all, number one, let me explain something, okay? Dr. Pepper is not on the BDS list. I use the Palestinian National Committee BDS list, okay? That's number one. Dr. Pepper is not on that list. Number two, Amazon is on that list, but Amazon is not on that list for Twitch, and it's not on that list for a permanent blockade of Amazon and all Amazon-related products, because Palestinian National Committee understands that half of the websites that we are on and that we use AWS as its backend, okay? And therefore, blockading all Amazon products would be virtually impossible. This is precisely the reason, no problem. This is precisely the reason why the BDS list in and of itself is very limited and very targeted. Okay? Amazon is only a pressure target and not a consumer boycott priority target. Ethan lied about both of those things. Exactly. Which is so crazy. I think Cloudflare owner is also a proud Israel supporter, but similarly, how are you going to boycott? Did not mention any of those things. She didn't mention any of those. I didn't even see this. I didn't even know that she had made this decision. So what the f does that even mean? Like, what is happening here? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, people make up their own minds about this stuff. What? Smaller streamers giving out sponsorships, the virtue signal for Palestine. Meanwhile, Hassan showed up chugging BDS sodies on stream. I don't know why, especially because like these guys don't support BDS at all. And not only do they not support boycott, divestments, and sanctions from the state of Israel, but they also simultaneously don't even support the cause of Palestinian emancipation. It's always who doesn't support your cause telling you how you should support your cause differently. It's so strange. That's the freak Ethan Stan who was sending unsolicited DMs to Taylor Lorenz to argue with her about Ethan and then leak those DMs. I don't understand it. I don't understand who this is for. I guess it's for an audience that is like, that has this incredibly narrow framework that only cares about like being pro-Palestine or anti-Israel from an incredibly narrow framework that revolves around like a content creator's personal ambitions and personal grievances. I guess that's what it is. Like, it just, I understand why one man can, I guess, like fall down this pipeline and become this manic, right? I don't understand how an entire audience of people will also.
And at this point, if Ethan Klein crashes out on a creator, you got to follow that creator because they.
Holy shit. It makes me happy to see that like in a very, very specific part of the internet, this kind of has a lot of motion. YouTube, the slop tuber stuff, the commentary community. But outside of that hyper niche part of the internet, everyone looks at this and is like, this is insane. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Oh my God. Great.
They're pretty good. I didn't know who Vanilla really was until this past week when Ethan started going off on her. She's like the funniest person on the internet right now. What the? I swear, Ethan Klein's crash out is like the closest we'll ever get to seeing what J. Jonah Jameson's hate for Spider-Man would be like in real life. Like, I don't think he's realized that he's now like in lolcow territory for people. I feel like his community just keeps feeding him Hasan content so that he keeps crashing out because it's funny to them. I mean, it's funny to all of us, let's be honest. He's just such a gross little like narcissistic troll, bro. I don't know why I ever watched him, because like the signs were always there. I guess I was just a stupid teenager. Look, I'm a content creator with kids and I make less content than Ethan does. So I just gotta ask, when are you spending time with your kids when you are making all of these Instagram stories, bro? You probably say some shit like, shut up, daddy's working. Daddy's working. Oh my God, those kids are gonna be so messed up by Ela and Ethan. Can you imagine being a teenager arguing with Ethan as your dad? Fuck that, dude.
Good to see that there is some semblance of normalcy out there. Even SlopTube are now tired of Ethan. What is this? Chud is officially breaking the Ethan Hassan shackles. I mean, this guy's like not exactly a great dude himself either, isn't he? I mean, I'm not too familiar. I feel like a lot of these guys basically merge into one unit for me. Yeah. But I guess like it's kind of like how Piers Morgan saw the writing on the wall and jumped ship and is now saying like Israel is doing a genocide. I suspect that in a similar way, like maybe some of these like centrist or you know, center right commentary accounts are also recognizing that there is a lot of outside pressure when you like leave the limited confines of like the slop tuber ecosystem. All of a sudden, most normal people's attitude here is not on the side of the guy who has been on an extended crash out with the backdrop of a baby murder, live streamed Holocaust happening. This has 1 million likes. This is when I was like, oh, thank God, there's like normal people out there. Holy shit. Like, she didn't even say anything. She just said she doesn't like Teddy Fresh. And then Ethan Klein called her anti-Semitic, dude. It's anti-Semitic to not like Teddy Fresh.
They said, hey, we'd love to send you some stuff. How about, do I need like media training now that I'm like, have more people in here? How about, oh brother, this guy stinks. Out of your freaking mind? The clip of you talking about Teddy Fresh is going viral on Reddit. H3 fans are gonna come after you. Oh, the millennial who only wear color block pastel, they're gonna come for me? Please, even if Ethan wasn't a raging frigging lunatic, I still would never wear Teddy Fresh.
It's pretty funny to be on the inside of this drama and then see peeks into other insular internet dramas and be like, who are these people? Because that's how others must feel about saying, like, am I supposed to know who any of these people are? I'm willing to bet a lot more people know who me and Ethan are, though, than like TikTokers. I think. Are they TikTokers? I don't know who these people are. Like, because like, especially because of Ethan, not even because of me. But because of Ethan, because he's like so he's been such a presence on the internet for so many years. I was going back and forth with a guy on Twitter, checked your name under his search bar, and it was a lot. Asked bro if he was okay, told him that it was a lot to focus on, and he hasn't tweeted about you since. Yeah. It's just like, it's just strange. It's strange stuff. And every single step of the way, he could have just like pulled out and been like, yo, my bad. I'm taking a step back. My bad. But because his subreddit is his lifeline and it is completely captured by people who operate lolcows with regular frequency, they are basically puppeteering him to dance to whatever tune they want to, and they do not have any real care or consideration for his mental state. And it's ironic because many people who used to be friends of Ethan Klein do actually have an understanding of his mental state and have tried to both privately and publicly stop him from continuing down this pipeline. And he is just, he's lost it. He's like, nope, quintupling down, baby. Yeah. They're turning a 40-year-old man with children who is a multimillionaire and was a very favorable figure online for many years into a Chris Chan style situation. Like, they are literally using him like a sock puppet. Sad state of affairs.